She's invited women to tell their stories. She has written the Stop Act, which really goes to the heart of the problem. The reason women and men, I think, of all the reported rapes, men represent 30%. The problem with reporting is that it stays within the command. And usually commander doesn't want the embarrassment, the problem, whatever. And we'll usually try to get rid of you rather than deal with the effect. So why report? A terrible thing was happening as well, where in order to get rid of a woman claiming rape, they would diagnose her as having personality disorder. And the really bad part of that is that it's considered a pre-existing condition, so she'd lose her VA benefits when she got out. So Jackie Spear wants to change the way reports are handled so that a civilian military group outside of the command chain reviews the complaints. And we're very excited about her and hope that this happens. There's one other issue that was really depressing, and that's the number of veterans who end up homeless. And percentage-wise, there are more homeless women veterans than men, and they are usually with children. And sometimes they're living in their cars, they're living on a couch, they're not, quote-unquote, living on the street, but they're still homeless. And there's so much energy being put out there to get them into housing, and there's actually housing out there, but it's very hard to identify these women veterans and to get them help. For some reason, women don't self-identify as veterans, and this is a huge issue because people are campaigning to get benefits for them, but if they don't identify and sign up for these benefits, they're going to go away. And if you've served, be proud that you served, and go to a VA Women Program Manager. Don't walk to the desk and ask for help, and you will be surprised at how much help you'll get. I've been so impressed by the California Community College system and how much everyone in this system cares about veterans, but in particular women veterans. But they're desperate to find them and help them. And there are all sorts of wonderful things, the GI Bill, but housing and all sorts of things, that registration early, that they can make happen for you, but you have to self-identify and stand up and be proud that you're a veteran. One of the things I love about the film is that the very first scene is about how well women can function in the military when they're included in the troop and treated as equal.
And that was the voice of Marsha Rock, co-producer of the documentary Service, When Women Come Marching Home. To find out more and view the video, go to www.servicethefilm.com.
Up next, we'll get into the U.S. government's use of drones, or as they are also known, unmanned aerial vehicles. And although they are looked at as pilotless vehicles, in fact, they do have pilots, but they are kept on the ground and usually thousands of miles away from the battlefield. One thing you may not realize when you hear about drones in the media is that while a drone may be flying,
this is what the planet Earth used to look like.
Maybe in Yemen, the pilot is often sitting in the control room on a military